The next trade is this ascending triangle, just about to break out of it here. The other scenario is we are getting the death cross, broadening falling wedge, we had another crash. Multiple major bottom signals are flashing right now for a Bitcoin, and I want to show you what I'm going to do next and which trade setup I'm looking at personally to take my next trade on. Let's go. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in again. Bitcoin is right now trying to break here a key resistance level of $57,400 on this 30 minutes chart. If we can get a move all the way up to $58,200, that will be a confirmation that this resistance area that we are trading in right now is flipped again into support, and that we will get continuation to the upside. First, of course, here in this Fibonacci extension level, the 0.786, $58,500, and then into the extensions here of $68,600, the 1.618. Now, when we go to a 1 hourly chart, here we see the next trade already potentially happening. The next trade is this ascending triangle. You see, I have already here the risk to reward ratio position. So this is a 14.57% trade all the way up to $65,867. If we get the breakout here above $57,500 approximately, give it plus minus $10. I have set the stop loss to 55,340. That is a 3.6% stop loss. So don't over leverage yourself there. And also don't go in here with like 20, 50x and hope that you don't get liquidated. This is more a short to midterm play, I would say. So use low leverage. If you use 5x leverage, you make almost here 73% on this trade setup. So this is more than enough on a Bitcoin trade. 73% is enough. And you can also go in with a bigger amount there, because you're just using 5x. So that is a really, really solid setup in my opinion. And we are just about to break out of it here to the upside. So once we're breaking out, don't enter directly, because I don't like that we are struggling here right now a little bit. What I would do is, when you see the candle popping above that resistance, wait for the retest and then enter it for the trade here to the upside. This is how I would actually go and play that. So today I have something really, really nice for you guys, really crazy. I just got this message from my manager at ZoomX. Right now, if you trade with $100, not more than that, $100, you can trade with 10x, 20x, so you have like a $1,000 or $2,000 position. They are covering 100% if you lose that position. So you get your $100 back. Isn't that amazing? So I think that's amazing, guys. Plus, don't forget, you get $10 already for free for just signing up there. And if you deposit more than $100, you get also deposit bonus up to $45,000. So today might be a really, really good day to get into a trade, because you also see this is not lasting forever. This is only going on, sorry guys, so we have to wait another 4 days. Another 4 days before you can do that, but you can already sign up for it. Sign up with the link in the description below and take advantage of that from next week. What is that? Monday? Next week, Monday, when this campaign is actually going live. Take advantage of that. Your position is risk-free. If you lose $100, you get back $100. So what can be better? You can only make profit on this trade or get your money back. So, but I think this is amazing. So go and sign up here. Now on the daily chart, some people that I see on Twitter and everywhere else, they are super, super scared right now because of this potential death cross here. So what do we need to do in the next couple of days to prevent to get a solid death cross? So here's two scenarios what can happen. Bitcoin comes up today close to $60,000, $59,300 would be enough. That we potentially walk here another day along the 50 and the 200 moving average. This can also go on over the weekend, and by next week we get a bounce to the upside. And then everything is fine, continuation is there, we are good. The other scenario is we are getting the death cross, the 50 goes under the 200, but really shallow turnaround, and then we get another golden cross and continue to go to the upside. So if we get a death cross, I would be not super scared about that, because I believe that it will be a really shallow move here from the 50 moving average. something like this, you know, so, and then we come up here again, and then we continue to go to the upside. So, but I can tell you, the case, a lot of people will get shaken out because we're going to see some chop, most likely, before we get the golden cross and continuation to the upside. So, but initially we should get a one more leg to the upside over the next 48 to 72 hours, in my opinion. Something else that I had a look at was when you compare the COVID crash here in 2019 to the current crash. So what happened in the 2019 crash and 2020? We had here a top at $14,000 in summer 2019, and then basically we're going down until the COVID crash. We started a recovery. We broke this broadening falling wedge. Remember, this is a bullish pattern. Once we broke it, we basically started the parabolic run into the bull run. Now look at this. We have again a broadening falling wedge. We had another crash like in 2019, 2020. What we're waiting for is the recovery. And once we're getting up to $67,000, $68,000, we will have our confirmation that we are breaking out here and now starting the parabolic phase. Whenever this is going to happen, you know, so this is a weekly chart. This does not have to happen in the next 2-3 weeks. But once it's happening, guys, we know, okay, now we are starting to get in the parabolic phase. So if you ask me what I believe when this is going to happen, I believe sometime in September, we will going to break through this and we'll start the parabolic phase. So we need to wait another 3, 4, potentially 5 weeks, and then we should start the breakout with the parabolic run, and that is then our up only phase. So, and you need to make sure that you're positioned before this is going to happen. On the daily chart, no, 12-hourly chart, sorry, but I want the daily chart. Here things still look tremendously bullish for Bitcoin. Here you see on the lower end currently there is a resistance that Bitcoin needs to break on the daily chart. So if we can close above $57,400 approximately, if we can close above that level, this will be really, really bullish for the short term for Bitcoin, because that will signal the continuation that I was speaking about also yesterday, where we get a leg here into this resistance, get another rejection to 58 or 57, and then come back up here, flip this into support and continue to go higher. So the indicators are also in alignment with that. The stochastic is pointing to the upside. RSI is going to the upside. MACD, like I said yesterday, losing momentum on the sell side. So buyers are stepping in here to push it back to the upside. Like I said, give it another 2-3 days and we should see a nice leg here in terms of price pumping into the $60,000 range. Something else that I had a look at is the Maya multiple indicator. So what is the Maya multiple indicator? The Maya multiple indicator tells you when Bitcoin is overvalued and undervalued. So now when Bitcoin is under the 200 moving average on the Maya multiple, Bitcoin is undervalued. When is Bitcoin overvalued? When we get over 2.4 on the Maya multiple. So now when Bitcoin is undervalued, what should you do? You should go and fucking buy some Bitcoin. This is what you should do when you see the Maya multiple under the 200 moving average. What should you do when the Maya multiple gets above the 200 moving average? You should stop buying huge chunks of Bitcoin. I'm not saying completely stop DCAing, but I'm saying stop to buy bigger bags, like what you do down here, where you basically sell your kidney and your soul to get more Bitcoin. Up here, when you are above that, you stop doing that. You're not selling your soul anymore, you know. So you maybe sell, I don't know, what you can sell to and still survive. Maybe an apple, you know. So you can survive that, you know. So, but I think for me that would be worse than losing a kidney. So by let's say not a body part, and you will not sell a body part anymore. Let's put it this way. You don't sell body parts anymore when we get above the 200 moving average on the Maya multiple. You sell your house, your car, whatever, you know, but no body parts anymore. And then when we're getting above the 2.4% on the Maya multiple, this is where you sell. Their Bitcoin gets overvalued. Above the 200 moving average, their Bitcoin is at fair value until we go above the 2.4%. This is usually the top area where Bitcoin is topping out and then coming back down, going into an undervalued area again, and the whole cycle repeats, you know. So right now Bitcoin is in an undervalued area where you should go and accumulate as much as you can before we get above the 200 moving average here, and are then once again at fair value for Bitcoin. Then the 4-hourly chart liquidation levels. Here I also expect a small push higher today. We are currently at the golden ratio here at the 0.618. Remember, I talked about this, that we are most likely getting into this, and that I would expect from here a small rejection. We got the rejection earlier yesterday here when we got into it. Got the rejection, came back up. So now I believe that we will get all the way up to potentially $60,000 over the next 2 days, in my opinion. But do I believe that we are directly holding this level? Unfortunately, no, guys. I don't believe that we are straight holding this level. I believe we will get a rejection from there to confirm the golden ratio as support, then come back up, then get above the 200 moving average again. And of course, if we come up in the next couple hours to $60,000, we will take out these over leveraged short positions. They were really, really late on the overall short to the downside compared to the people that shorted from here. So they will be the first ones that will get liquidated on that move to the upside. And then after that retest here to the downside, when we come back up, then we are going to $64,000 and above for all the liquidity that's up here. Do I believe that we're going to see another flush down here to take out these longs that are not, they are now building up here? Highly unlikely that this is going to happen, guys. Highly unlikely. But this is what I see here playing out for Bitcoin over the next couple hours. Also, on this 4-hourly chart, the MDX algo gradient is kind of in alignment with that. You see Bitcoin is starting to run hot here again. So here, I also believe that we are looking at a really hot phase for Bitcoin on the gradients when we are starting to get closer to $60,000 or above. So we can get here a deviation, like touching 64, then come back down. But I think we will come back down to more or less current levels before we see then this kind of lag happening. So that would also make sense in terms of the supply zone that we see here on the MDX algo indicator. And like I said, price action is also kind of in alignment with that because it starts to run hot here. And when we see this, then we know, okay, there's maybe like another $4,000, $6,000 move in Bitcoin before we see a cool-off phase again. Guys, if you want the MDX algo indicator, don't forget you get 10% discount only with the link in my description because I negotiated that for you. And also don't forget, we made a lot of money with that, you know, in the past. And also with altcoins, I'm going to show you in a bit some altcoins that also helped with the indicators to make a shit ton of money. So stick around for that, but the link is in the description below, guys. Go and take advantage of that. I'll be leverage trading Bitcoin now, for example, with the pattern here with our ascending triangle. Yes, I would. Why would I do that? Because look at the funding rates. Most funding rates, they're either negative or neutral on exchanges currently. We are here, okay, on Bybit, Binance, in kind of okay levels. Yeah, Binance is even lower than BitGet. So like BingX and Bybit, they're kind of in okay-ish levels. But the other exchanges where we are in negative funding rates, so this is amazing, you know. So it shows you that overall the funding is still negative on Bitcoin, which means there's a lot of room for Bitcoin to go to the upside. Now, when we are starting to talk about altcoins with the RSI heat map, so let me actually refresh that on a 24-hour chart. You see most altcoins, they are still down here in slightly oversold up to the weak area. So still good areas to long a lot of these altcoins or accumulate spot positions. And I'm also currently doing that. I will announce soon a challenge, guys, to show you that even on spot you can make really, really good money if you have the right strategy. So you should also definitely make sure that you don't miss any episode here to see what I have cooked up for you. Also, don't forget, if you want to trade altcoins, guys, and you want not to use your own money, then deposit just $100 on Bybit to claim your $500 free airdrop position. You can trade all these coins here. All these coins are available for your airdrop position. The only thing that you need to do is deposit $100 and then Of course, use the link in the description first or in the pinned comment. Deposit $100, claim your position, start trading. Again, with $500, I've proven to you multiple times that I made $4, $5, even $10,000 out of that. Why do you not just follow the trades that I give you here for free with the money that you get for free? So just use the link for that in the description. When we're looking at the DXY, before we move into altcoins, the DXY is currently going to the downside. This is exactly what we want to see. So we want to see here a bearish outcome, something like this here, and then to the downside again. Basically a bear flag. So we want to see in the DXY. So, but it can already happen beforehand, So if this candle closes as it is, like a hammer candle, then the next one could be already on Monday to the downside. But we have to wait until Monday to get confirmation for that. But I like the fact that pre-market we are already going down here slightly in the DXY. Let's see what happens when the US opens, when the US market is going to open. Then the CME chart, also really important for this weekend, because tomorrow the weekend starts. If we are not closing the CME gap by tomorrow, then what I believe is going to happen over the next couple of days is that two scenarios. Over the weekend, we close the CME gap, so which means we have only one big CME gap in that case. No, actually it will not work like this. So this will be crazy. Hear me out. Imagine we close Friday at $58,550 on CME. Now Monday, we open at 64. Now we have still all these CME gaps. So we have here now a third CME gap, a really huge one, and we have two other CME gaps now below us. So what do you think is going to happen on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Most likely we are coming back down and filling all these CME gaps, then go back up. That is one scenario if we get the move over the weekend. So the other scenario is we are just trading below $58,000 here, sideways over the weekend, do nothing. Price will not do nothing. We will not get a CME gap on Sunday evening. And then we get the pump on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to close these two CME gaps. So these are the two scenarios. So you really need to pay attention over the weekend what's happening here, because that will decide where Bitcoin will go next over the week, over the next coming days after the weekend. Let's talk about Ethereum. Here we should have paid a lot of attention, guys. We should have paid attention to this. I did not see anyone on Twitter talking about this. I saw people talking about this for Bitcoin, which was not accurate. But for Ethereum, nobody was talking about this. So that we had here basically a Wyckoff distribution pattern playing out. We had here, if you look on the daily chart, here phase A. So here you have your phase A where we go to the upside. Then we had here the move to the downside. We came back up. Then we had the sideways chop. And then we went up into phase C. Here also slightly down, more down. Phase E, we go all the way down. So that is something that I personally don't pay attention. I just saw this today. I wish I would have seen this like, I don't know, in June, and would have caught this in June. But yeah, hindsight, sometimes you just see things in hindsight. But I have good news for you. From here, the only way for Ethereum should be up. What are the levels I'm looking for? So the first target is these resistance area here now at $2,800, and the golden ratio is kind of in alignment with that. So if you want to take a trade, if we can close above $2,450 today, that is a good area to take a trade in my opinion, because we have here a small bullish divergence. Here, see on the daily chart, small bullish divergence that has not played out yet in my opinion. That will play out if we get a move here to $2,740 approximately. So you can take a trade from here and trade this into the golden ratio, but I would not potentially take profit or wait for the golden ratio to take profit. Start taking profit when we get into this red area here, because the best case scenario that's going to happen is that we get a wick into the golden ratio. If you would have there your take profit point, you will get out of your position and then come back to the downside and then come back up. Worst case scenario, you have your take profit in the golden ratio. we come up, we are not touching the golden ratio, go down from here. So now you round trip your profits. You don't want to do that. So that's why take a take profit order here in this $2,800 to $2,880 vicinity. And then if we get higher, you can close the rest of the position. So let's say you take up here 50% and here the other 50%, and then you are out, so if we get that wick, because then we will come back down most likely to the 0.382 or the 0.5 level. So here I would open again a position with 50%, here the other 50%, and then we will flip the Fibonacci golden ratio into support, and then we go here up to $4,000. So I know it's hardly visible for you, but here's $4,000. So this is what's going on with Ethereum right now. And guys, really quick, I want to make my educational trading program even better for you, but I need your help for that. I want your help to help me to help you, and for that I have created a really quick survey. It takes only 2-3 minutes, guys, and by the end of the survey, once you have completed it, I have a gift for you. I have one part of my educational program that I recently re-recorded for another trading company, uploaded, and I will give it to you for free. It's over 60 minutes. I will give it to you for free if you complete the survey. So just use the link in the description to complete the survey, guys. I will put it directly on top of everything so that you can see it. Just go complete the survey and help me out to make it better for you so that I understand where maybe things are missing, or I should improve things, so it will help me a lot, and you get over 60-minute training absolutely for free. Let's have a look at Solana. Solana, the trade that I had given you yesterday, played perfectly out here. Now we are consolidating. Also here, ascending triangle, potentially, currently on Solana. That could be the next Solana trade, but this is more like a scalp trade, so because it's not a bull flag, so this will bring us to $160. So we're talking about 3% roughly. So this is a scalp trade if we break it to the upside, more or less. Would I risk it? No. What I would do is, if we break $157, I will open a position from here and trade this $176, $180. So this is what I would be looking at. So I would be looking at something like this here. Why would I not open a position to scalp trade this to the upside? Because on the 1 hourly time frame, the indicators are cooked, like completely cooked. Look at this here, stochastic RSI about to come to the downside. RSI is still bullish. MACD also not bullish anymore. It's losing momentum, but it's also because we are here under resistance. If there's not a lot of volume coming into Solana to push through here, it's done. It has to correct first or go more sideways below that resistance area before we get that pop. Also on the 4 hourly time frame, you see basically the same thing. We are here almost at 100% on the stochastic RSI. We're losing momentum on the MACD, and also the RSI is rounding here already to the downside. So, and you see here, that looks like that we are soon topping out and coming a little bit back to the downside. So that's why I don't want to enter this right now. Also, guys, if you want to trade some of these altcoins that I give you, go to Hotcoin. There's also a link in the description below to sign up on Hotcoin. They have also a deposit bonus. You get $1,200 currently as a deposit bonus on your first deposit. So go and check this out, guys, because this is also not it will not be there for a long time, guys. Let me just put it this way. Ondo, another good coin that I'm looking at currently, if we can close the daily candle above that golden ratio, I'm heavily interested to buy this and take profit here at 84 cents approximately. That will be this like a 20% move on Ondo. So why will I take profit there? Because we are close then to touch the downward sloping resistance line here of this parallel downward sloping channel. Momentum is definitely pointing to the upside. Look at the MACD. I would say by Sunday, Monday, we get a buy signal. The stochastic RSI will be then somewhere here, also in bullish territory, and the RSI also will be then in bullish territory. So I'm definitely opening a trade here in the tomorrow morning, because I want to get that close above the golden ratio to confirm this as support, and then 84 cents is the next target here to the upside. Telegram is going crazy today. Let me explain you why. Telegram will be listed on Binance. I think it did not get listed yet, but they're going to list it in the next coming days. If that is wrong, sorry guys. I was just binge watching some news articles and it popped up that they are getting listed on Binance. But this is why we got a nice pump here today of almost 20%. Now we are correcting a little bit here. I would also wait for a pullback back to slightly under $6 before I would open a new trade. So this trade has perfectly played out that I had given yesterday, I think. So now I would be looking at something like this here for the next move. So this is again a 12% move with a 2% stop loss. Still definitely worth taking it. So, but you see here momentum is on the RSI coming to the downside, stochastic soon overbought, only MACD is bullish and price action is also bearish. So we have again 3 out of 4 signals in alignment that we should get a little bit more downside in the short term before we get continuation. So this can be neglected if the 1 hourly looks different, but it doesn't look much different. So here, best case scenario, again, I would not do this because there's too much risk involved. If the stochastic RSI turns around something like this, and looks like that we get a buy signal, you will get one more last push here, again up into the $6.47 area. So that would be 6.24, a 4% move. So for scalp traders, amazing. I'm not a big scalp trader. If you put leverage on that, 20x as a scalp trader, 80%, quick move over 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, fine. I'm not interested in that because I know the higher time frames, like the 4 hour and I think also the 12 hour want to come down a little bit. Let's see, yeah, 12 hour also soon. Yeah, pull back to the golden ratio makes a lot of sense in my opinion before we get continuation. So I rather wait for this and set a limit order down here to trade this then to the upside. And guys, that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I hope to see you with more profits tomorrow.